Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are going to completely demystify the current AI landscape. Our main goal? To drastically level up your everyday productivity. Look, if you've ever felt frustrated by AI just totally losing the plot, or if you feel like you're constantly having to repeat yourself to a chatbot, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to unlock some serious business magic today. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. Not all AI is equal. 2. Meet the Big Four. 3. Claude's Project Memory Advantage. 4. Real-world business magic. And 5. The golden prompting hack. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Not all AI is equal. Finding the right tool. Right now, the absolute biggest mistake people make is treating every single AI chatbot as if it does exactly the same thing. To really understand why this is such a huge mistake, let's head into the kitchen for a second. Imagine you're cupping a traditional Indian meal, right? And you need to take deep-fried puris out of a hot frying pan. Would you use a flat baking spatula for that? No way, of course not. It's completely the wrong tool for the job. It just isn't going to work. And that is exactly what is happening in the business world right now. Using the wrong AI application for your specific task is just as ineffective as using the wrong kitchen utensil. Sure, both might technically belong in the kitchen. And yeah, all AI apps are technically built to make us smarter, but which app you use and when you use it, that is absolutely crucial. It's far more important than just blindly using whichever one you opened first. Moving on to Section 2, Meet the Big Four, the AI cricket metaphor. And this brilliantly illustrates the main players in the AI ecosystem right now. We're going to use a metaphor straight from the cricket pitch. First up, we've got ChatGPT. Think of ChatGPT as your all-rounder. It does the batting, the bowling, the fielding reasonably well. It's a fantastic generalist. Then we have Gemini. Gemini is your spin bowler. If the pitch is right, and by that I mean if you're working natively inside Google Workspace with docs and sheets, Gemini is absolutely brilliant. Next up is Perplexity. Now this is your research engine. Please do not use Perplexity for chatting or long-form writing. It is literally built for rapid fact-checking and getting verified citations. And finally, we arrive at Claude. Claude is the deep thinker. When you need complex reasoning, highly structured writing, and deeply professional outputs, Claude is for sure the MVP. Which brings us to Section 3, Claude's Project Memory Advantage, the paradigm shift. So let's address the elephant in the room, the ultimate user frustration with AI. You open a new chat, and bam, you have to start from scratch. You've got to repeat your formatting instructions, your brand guidelines, your entire context. Every single day, it's exhausting. But Claude completely changes the game, and a huge reason why comes down to this massive number, 1 million. That is Claude's context window limit. It represents up to 1 million tokens of data that it can hold, remember, and analyze all at the exact same time without breaking a sweat. Let's contrast that to put it in perspective. Typically, a standard ChatGPT context window taps out around 128K tokens. If you're writing a massive report, once you pass that limit, the AI literally starts to forget what you told it at the very beginning of the chat. The formatting totally changes halfway through, and you just get incredibly frustrated. Claude, on the other hand, maintains total coherence across a massive lifespan. You can literally go back into a Claude chat a whole month later, and it still perfectly remembers the exact tone you started with. But the real paradigm shift here is a feature called projects. Now, sure, other tools have project folders, but they kind of just act like librarians, right? Just organizing your files. Claude's projects act like autonomous workers. When you create a project in Claude, you're basically creating a custom AI entity with its own twin memories and highly complex custom instructions. Meaning, you can give a Claude project a 3,000-word instruction manual just once. You can tell it, hey, always use the Eptos serif font, always use narrow A4 margins, always use this specific table of content structure, and you never ever have to nag it again. Even more mind-blowing, the AI automatically updates its own project memory every single evening. It notes what tools it used, what data it fetched, and exactly where the project stands. You just jump in the next day and say, pre-screen this data, and it immediately knows exactly how to format the output. It's a real game changer. Let's jump into Section 4, Real-World Business Magic, from chat to action. Now, this is where we transition from just chatting with a bot to actually building things. Claude utilizes something called artifacts. And artifacts mean that Claude doesn't just spit out plain text answers. It actually builds functional, usable outputs directly in your user interface. We're talking instantly generating working code, dynamic spreadsheets, interactive tools, and visual layouts right there on your screen. The professional applications are just staggering. Want a beautifully designed pitch deck? You can use the new Claude Designer feature to generate an entire editable presentation, kind of like the one we're discussing right now, in about 3 minutes. What about crunching numbers? You don't even have to leave your Microsoft 365 or Google Excel sheet. Claude can live right inside your spreadsheet, automatically linking 30 different sheets and generating live pivot tables on command. It formats highly professional Word documents for clients, and amazingly, it can even help you create no-code mobile apps. In fact, let's walk through a step-by-step example of how a completely non-technical user can build a piece of software. In our source material, the expert detailed how they wanted a much better way to manage a financial portfolio. Step 1, they just uploaded a basic Google Sheet that logged transactions. By asking Claude for a better solution, Step 2 resulted in the AI writing an app script to create a custom web page with an admin login. But wait, they didn't stop there. By utilizing an AI coding terminal, Step 3 resulted in a fully functional, highly secure web and mobile app with segmented, collapsible tabs for different company directors. The whole shebang. All done without the user knowing a single line of code. Section 5, the golden prompting hack, multi-tool mastery. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we bring all these concepts together. So how does this all come together? Before I give you the ultimate hack, we really need to understand the ultimate workflow. Remember, Claude tokens are incredibly valuable. Don't waste Claude's brainpower on basic web scraping. For complex tasks, you want to use a multi-tool approach. Step 1, use Perplexity to fetch your data, citations, and research papers. Step 2, bring those sources into a tool like NotebookLM to synthesize all those documents into a nice, clean text file. Step 3, take that synthesized document into your customized Claude project for the final deep analysis and professional formatting. This workflow makes you completely unstoppable. But listen, even with the perfect workflow, AI can still make terrible assumptions if your prompt is too vague. So, here is the absolute golden rule of prompting. Are you ready? You must let the AI ask you the questions before it starts executing the work. I literally want you to pause this explainer right now and write this exact sentence down. Make it your default sign-off on every single prompt you write. If you have any queries, please ask in a bullet point format before executing the task. Understood? So, the crucial point is why this works so flawlessly. Adding that simple comma followed by understood completely forces the AI to pause and think critically about your request. Instead of just blindly rushing in and making a mess, it's going to generate 10 to 20 clarifying questions. For example, if you ask it to analyze a mutual fund, it will first ask you, what is your time horizon? What's the age of the investor? What's the overall goal? By answering these questions first, you prevent the AI from wasting valuable tokens on totally incorrect assumptions. You can even use this trick to have the AI write its own complex project instructions for you. Wow, okay, we have covered an incredible amount of ground today. From treating AI apps like specialized kitchen utensils to unlocking the massive memory capabilities of Claude's projects, and finally, executing the ultimate multi-tool workflow with our golden prompting hack. You have the tools, you have the strategy, and the ego of thinking we have to do it all manually, that is gone. So I leave you with this final exciting question to ponder. What app will you build today without writing a single line of code? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Now go out there and start building.